So one thing I've been doing ever since, like, kind of, when I was, like, young, is whenever I have an urge to do something efficient, it could be anything. It could be I want to go on a run, I want to lift weights, I want to be efficient and study and get some work done. I always do it. I always get rid of that urge. I always, like, fulfill, I don't know, like, my prophecy, I guess. Because so many times at night at like 9 p.m. you'll be like motivated. You'll be like, dang, like I want to go lift, I want to go run. But then you're like, like I'm kind of comfortable in my bed right now. But then you're like, I want to. But then you're like, I'm comfortable. And then you're like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow morning. And then you wake up tomorrow morning and you feel like you got hit by a bus and you can't even get out of bed. That's not good. So whenever I have an urge and I'm like, hey, like I want to like be efficient, I want to be useful, I do it. Like, I just do it. But you have to remember, like, it's like there's no end. You have to kind of create your end, because you can run 30 miles. You can lift for 4 hours straight. Like, that's obviously not good, because I'm not saying it's not good, but if you have that mentality where you're like always striving for better and you're like, I can always do better, it's true, and it's not a bad mindset to have, but to an extent, it can like overpower your brain, and you could just be like, feel like compulsively needing to always like hit these goals, to meet these targets, to like really push yourself to your max. Like, of course it's good in like a theoretical sense when it's like written on paper, but when you actually like are living through it, when you're at the gym and you're always like one more, and you're like, no, like I don't want to, but then your brain is like one more, and like kind of like it's kind of like stressful. So something else I've been implementing other than like so I have like, you know, like relieving like all my like urges to like be efficient, right? But underneath that, like that's like the cherry on top, you know what I mean? But underneath that, I do a thing where I actually make a plan and I stick to it. And this is really good because it's kind of like anything I say goes, but it's not like what you think. It's not like every hour of your day is like mapped out and like this back to back. Because no, that will also burn you out. You'll feel like you're like super on like a rigid schedule. You'll feel like you'll wake up in the morning and be like, duh, I have so many things to do. How about I just stay in bed and just forego everything? Because like, you know, that is an option. You have the choice to do that if you really wanted to. Because free will is something that's like so existent, like it's so there. So what I do is like every day, like the night before, I feel like I'm pretty responsible. I'll never set like a low goal for myself. I'll never like cheat myself out of it just because it's something I want to do in the moment. Like whenever I pick courses for like my classes or stuff like that, I always pick ones that I know I'll like, that'll give me like the most challenge and that I'll feel like most accomplished taking, and that will like actually like, I guess like, yeah, challenge me, right? I never like take the easy classes just because like, oh, I want to give myself less work. Like, no, I want to set myself up for success. Oh, it's gonna take so much work to set back up. Anyways, it's just not going back in. Oh, perfect. What the hell? Fate of Ophelia. Okay, I actually got it. I cannot believe I actually set it up. That's a bit of a different angle, but whatever. But as I was saying, okay, I think I was talking about like free will and like, oh yeah. So the night before, I'll make a plan, but it's not rigid in the sense that every hour is mapped out. I make goals for myself. Most of the time, it's only like 3 goals, 4 goals. Some days 2 goals. Some days the bare minimum. And I do this because Like, some days are hard. Everybody knows that. Not every day. In fact, you'll probably have, like, energy, like, actual energy, probably, like, max, like, 3 days out of the week. 3 out of 7 days. Or even 2 out of 7 days. Or even if you're having a really bad week, maybe half a day, right? So, what I do is I'll set 3 goals, okay? I'll be like, so, you know, like, I'm doing college applications right now. I'll be like, okay, first goal, decide what you're gonna write for your essays, because it's like there's 4 and I have to really like be smart about which topics I'm talking about to like most widely like cover my array of talents and like really express the best version of me. I can't just be like, damn, like I'm a bum, I hate everything, you know what I mean? So I'll be like, decide what to write for my essays, and then one of them I already know I'm gonna write, so I'm like write this one. You know, like, I said finish, but, you know, obviously I'm going to go back and revise. I'm not going to finish it in one day. I'll be like, you know, finish it for, like, it's like okay for submission, but it's obviously not, like, completed. And then I'll be like, finish one more. And that's it. That's literally my only academic goals for today. Like, that's, like, nothing else. Of course, like, if, like, in class she's making us do homework, I'm not gonna be like, no, I have my goals, I'm gonna write my essays. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do, like, everything else to the extent that it needs to be completed. But it's like, if I just like get that done, and in fact that gives me like direction, you know what I mean? It's not even like, oh my gosh, if I don't finish it, like it's the end of the world. No, this is to give me direction. I mean, I feel like you have to kind of like establish, you know, like authority when you don't complete them. But it's like, for me, I feel like I'm at that point where obviously I'm trying to do what's best for myself. Obviously I want to be the most hardworking and efficient I can and fulfilled to the fullest extent that I can be that day, you know? So I'm not gonna purposely like cheat myself out of it. But if the goal is really unreasonable, or if I'm feeling like really exhausted, I'll try my best to do it. But these goals are just like, I feel like I'm kind of counteracting my point here, but low-key, yeah, these goals are like you set and then you like just, you get those done, and then it's like everything else is just a cherry on top because you already finished like what's like necessary for you. But yeah, and you can also set some like workout goals. I feel like those are kind of harder, low-key, because that, at least for like work, it's like, okay, like someone's holding me accountable if I don't get this turned in. Actually, at the end of the day, nobody's really holding you accountable for anything. Like, if you have like really, really like rigid parents who are gonna like F you up if you don't like do what they say, like maybe that's like a good thing. But I feel like my parents, they like lead me to the right direction. They have like resources for me. Yeah, like academically, because both my parents are like really smart, and my parents are like also like really nice, you know. But like at the end of the day, if I don't want to apply to this school, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that. They're not gonna tie me to a desk and force me to write, because Lord knows that I won't write if they tie me to a table or of any sort. Anyways, what am I saying? Yeah, but I'm saying you just gotta hold yourself accountable. But I'm saying in the sense that like at least academic assignments, it's like, you know, like you kind of like get something out of it quicker. It's like if you finish an assignment, you can turn it in, right? But actually, like, no, because like you could always improve it. I guess it's like when you feel like it's done, you gotta turn it in, you know? The same thing for working out. It's like when you feel like you're done, or you've done enough, or you're doing good, like you're done. You can't just be like dilly-dallying and doing like an hour on the Stairmaster and then freaking goblet squatting 70 pounds for like 40 reps straight. And then you can't be curling because you just want to get a pump, and you can't be doing tricep pull downs, tricep like those, just because like you can. I mean, you could, but then at the end of the day, it's like you're always adding new things, and then it's just, you're just like stressing yourself out because it's like you were so like in charge of yourself that it's like you could just always add things, and then you're like, and then you're just like, bro, like why am I doing all this to myself? The fate of Ophelia, you saved my heart from the Ophelia. Why do I keep singing that song?